I'm just a regular middle-aged guy, gearing up to tie the knot in a few months with my fiancé. We've been a couple for 4 years now, and we got engaged after 3 of those years. Looking back, I genuinely thought we were on the same wavelength about life, our values, and especially being honest with each other. For some context, I've put in a ton of effort to build a solid financial life. I'm not rolling in money, but I own my house outright, have 0 personal debt, and I've been stashing away savings and investing since my early 20s. That's a big deal to me, especially since my parents went through a brutal divorce that left them both financially wrecked when I was younger. About a month ago, while we were chatting about wedding expenses, I casually brought up the idea of a prenup. I wasn't trying to be harsh or controlling. I just wanted to safeguard the life I've worked so hard to create. I was clear that I'd keep things fair and that the agreement wouldn't leave her empty-handed. I figured we'd have a mature, open discussion about it. Instead, she got super defensive right off the bat. She threw out comments like, "What? Are you already thinking about divorce? I thought we trusted each other." I tried to explain that it wasn't about a lack of trust. It was about being transparent and protecting both of us. But she just wasn't having it and shut the conversation down completely. That's when I started noticing some warning signs. Every time money came up, she got vague and dodgy. I began spotting odd things, like credit card offers piling up in the mail, a couple of missed payments on shared bills she'd promised to handle, and this constant, "I'll deal with it later" vibe. It was starting to make me uneasy. So, I finally asked her point blank if she had any debt. After some hesitation, she dropped a bombshell. She's got $95,000 in credit card debt. Yeah, you heard that right, 95 grand. She said it built up over the years from some unexpected costs and a few reckless spending sprees. But the kicker? She never mentioned a word of it until I pushed her to come clean. That kind of secrecy hit me hard, and it's got me questioning everything. I was completely floored when I found out about her debt. We're on the verge of blending our lives together, and she's about to become my wife. Yet she didn't think I deserved to know she's nearly 6 figures in the hole. I laid it out for her. A prenup is now a must for me. I need to shield myself, not just emotionally but financially, from this kind of surprise. I told her I was still willing to go through with the wedding, but only if we had a legal agreement to protect the assets I'd built before we met. She totally flipped out, calling me selfish and accusing me of turning our love into some kind of cold transaction. She even said that if we're really a team, my house and my savings should belong to her too. That made me pause. What exactly is she bringing into this partnership, besides a mountain of debt? Since that conversation, she's refused to even discuss the prenup, and we're barely talking at all. To make matters worse, her mom called me up, saying I was humiliating her daughter and acting like a materialistic jerk. All I want is to avoid being responsible for debt I didn't rack up, and to ensure the life I've carefully built stays secure. Now, I'm seriously thinking about calling off the wedding altogether. It's not just the debt. It's the fact that she kept it hidden for so long, refuses to own up to it, and now paints me as the villain for wanting to protect myself. I'm pretty sure she could start paying down her debt, since she's a partner in her friend's business, but she flat out refuses to try. Am I wrong for considering walking away from this? Here's the update. I wasn't planning to share more, but after a whirlwind few days, I figured I'd fill you in. The wedding is officially off. After my last attempt to reason with my now ex-fiancé, I explained again that I wasn't trying to be harsh or controlling. I just needed to protect myself. I even said I'd be fine with her wanting a prenup if our roles were reversed. I offered to move forward with the marriage if we could agree on a fair prenup that clearly stated her debt stays hers and my home and savings stay mine if things go south. I also suggested we could go to counseling together if trust was a bigger issue. But she didn't budge. She called the prenup an insult, accused me of planning for divorce, and broke down crying, saying I was humiliating her and ruining everything we'd built over money. In her mind, I'm the bad guy. But for me, it's not just about the cash. It's about her hiding such a huge debt until I forced the truth out of her. Honestly, I'm starting to suspect that $95,000 might not even be the full story. That kind of debt likely spans multiple credit cards, probably a mix of American Express, Capital One, maybe Discover, and I'd wager there's more she's keeping under wraps. The only reason she even admitted to that figure was because I wouldn't let it go, pushing her to be straight with me. That's not how a true partnership works. It feels more like she's dodging responsibility, hiding the truth to protect herself. After a lot of soul-searching, I knew I had to make a hard call. I sat her down and told her I couldn't move forward with the marriage. Canceling the wedding was one of the toughest things I've ever done, and the weight of it still lingers, like a knot in my chest that won't loosen. We reached out to the venue to let them know it was off, and we did our best to notify everyone involved, friends, family, vendors. It was a messy process, and the fallout hasn't been easy. Her family is absolutely furious, probably because they're left dealing with her now, and I can only imagine the drama unfolding on their end. My family, though, has been a rock for me. They've rallied around me with support, even if I can sense them holding back and "I told you so." I know they probably saw warning signs about her long before I did, but they're trying to be kind and not rub it in. Financially, the cancellation hit me hard. I lost a good chunk of money on non-refundable deposits for the venue, catering, and other plans we'd locked in. Some of my relatives had already booked flights from out of. Navigating the emotional toll has been even tougher. She moved out 3 days ago, packing up her things in near silence. We've barely spoken since, just a few clipped words to sort out logistics. I keep replaying the decision in my head, wondering if I could have handled it differently. Part of me feels guilty for breaking things off, but a bigger part knows I couldn't risk waking up years from now, buried in financial ruin, regretting that I ignored every red flag just to avoid hurting her. If I'd gone through with the marriage, her spending habits could have drained everything I've built, leaving me with nothing but debt and a broken heart. I'm hurting, heartbroken really, but I believe I made the right move, even if it feels like a punch to the gut. To everyone who offered advice or just listened, thank you. Your support has helped me through this, and I'm holding on to the hope that I dodged a much bigger disaster, that I'm really struggling with this decision and could use your advice. Am I doing the right thing by calling off the wedding? I feel like I'm trying to protect myself from a huge financial and emotional risk, but her reaction, and her family's, makes me wonder if I'm being too harsh. If I'm on the right track, how should I move forward to handle this respectfully, especially since we're barely talking now? And honestly, am I the bad guy here for prioritizing my financial security and feeling betrayed by her secrecy? I'd appreciate any perspective you can share. If you found this story as eye-opening as I did, hit that subscribe button to catch more real-life lessons like this. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It really helps spread the word. Join the community, share your thoughts in the comments, and let's keep the conversation going.